Hello. Hi. Sorry if you have been waiting for class. It is 11:09. It is a wild time. I'm thinking about maybe moving this class, but we'll see what happens. In general, the only constant is change, and let me tell you what, this time on the spinning rock that we live on certainly is changing a lot. So, that being said, welcome. I'm Emily Haynes with This Yogi Dances. Again, sorry if you were waiting for class to start. We'll go a little bit later since we've started later. Today, you probably just need your mat. I'll be a little bit far away because this is the less squeaky side of our floor. But if you want some blocks might be helpful. The category today is obliques, but we're gonna do some other stuff because 30 minutes of obliques just sounds like absolute torture. So, just moving my stuff from class earlier today. I have a new couple lights that my person got for our green screen that I still don't know what I'm doing with, so feel free to let me know how the lighting goes. Go ahead and bring yourself to your side body with all your stuff close. If you don't have a block, any height will work. We'll do some inner leg stuff. Just taking a side seat here. Depending on what's happening with your knees, you might want to pull your heels into your seat a little bit more. But start to notice what's happening here with this underside. For me, it's my right side. As I press through my hands and take the shoulder away from the face, get a little shoulder engagement, a little lat engagement, shoulder blade down the back. I can squeeze the shoulder into the ear and get some length underneath the shoulder blade and in the side body. If you're still not feeling any side body stretch, the closer you take your hand to the side of the pelvis, and then play with that action of the shoulder. Start to find some more side body. We did a lot of side body opening in the yoga class I just taught earlier, so coming up to my fingertips and even walking in farther, reaching this hand or holding onto the shin and giving a little side bend is where I feel it. To another way to get into it, come back out a little bit, line yourself up long on the side of your mat. If you take the legs straight, changes things a lot here. And the more you play with the shoulder stretch here, make sure there's no back bend in the spine, and make sure you're being gentle here. I want to jam into the side body stretch, especially once you get into QL stuff. If you overstretch without having support here of the belly and the pelvic floor, you can feel really sore afterwards or the next day. So take one more moment here to find a little side stretch. And then swing the legs out in front. You reach for the toes for a second, and then find your other side. And then notice how the side that was just working feels, starting here with your little side body stretch, getting in with the shoulder. So we'll probably do some weight-bearing stuff here on the shoulder as well today. So notice as you take weight-bearing stuff, that means the pelvis starts to come off the floor. The shoulder is down the back, getting that lat engagement. You can walk in a little bit. Hi, buddy. I know nobody's giving you your morning snack, aka your pills. And then, if you're feeling it, maybe hold on to the shin, come to the fingertips, take a breath here. Navel pull in. And maybe walk back out if it feels right for you, stretching the legs out. Notice here though, if hip doesn't stay on top of hip, you might have to lay or like take your arm out so you're almost laying on the floor, or come down to your elbow to make that more comfortable and less of a holy guacamole. My side body is just like ripping open, just depending on what's going on. Your side body, with the obliques, with your QL on the back side of the body. It's that long band of low back muscle. I love you too. Take one more breath here. Exhale. All right, swing the legs in, bring yourself to a plank-like position. Let's start on forearms today. Tuck your toes, move the knees back until you're in this modified forearm plank. And then hover the knees off the floor. Squeeze the knees straight. Do that again. Hover the knees. It's like you're trying to pull your pubic bone to your sternum, and then squeeze the knees straight. Try to keep that action. Exhale, and the knees hover over the floor. Squeeze legs straight. Do that a bunch of times. Take breaks when you need to. When you bend the knees, feel the low back getting long. Feel from underneath your belly button, the abdominals engaging. Pull the side waist in. Drop the butt low. Squeeze the inner thighs. Do 3 more. 3, 2. This last one, hold. Hover the knees. 5, 4. Belly forward. 3, 2, knees forward, 1, lower down, sit back on the heels, hang out here. Inhale. Big exhale. Warming up the side body. You could be on your forearm, you could be on your hand, armpit behind the wrist. If leg straight is too much, you can put the bottom leg down, or you can take the top leg bent in front of you. You're not taking it behind today. Staying out of the back bend, shoulder on top of shoulder, hip on top of hip. Breathe here. Arm up, do something, but find that engagement of the shoulder. Down and towards the seat. Your wrist feels okay here. Armpit behind the line of the wrist. 5, 4, 3, continue to that low belly work. 2, 1, see if you can stay up. Switch to the other side. Lift the seat, tuck the tailbone. Shoulder away from the ear, armpit towards the seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to a regular plank. Hang out. Widen the chest, drop the seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a child's pose moment. Wrap the arms. Breathe. And then come back to your side body action. Whatever side you're on, line up the elbow, and my armpit is behind the line of my elbow. With the hip, with the heel. Easy way to do that is to line yourself, move yourself back with the edge of your mat. Take the other leg on top, and then do set the foot in front. Feel free to help it forward. Turn your shoulder down, heel up and toes down. Heel up and toes down. Maybe just doing that a couple times. And you keep your left hip on top of the right. A little side body opening here. An inner thigh engagement. External rotation of that bottom working leg. Point the toes. Keep the heel lifting up, toes pointing down, and do little lifts upward. Try not to lower the leg, but continue to lift up, little pulses up. Doesn't have to be a big movement to be an effective movement here. Your inner thighs are really talking to you. Cool. Occasionally gaze down and look at your foot and line it up with your butt. Don't let it come in front of the line of your seat as much as possible. Flex your foot, lift the heel. You feel burning flames in your thighs? Okay. 10, 9 little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg straight. Hold on to your top leg any amount. Pull the knee into the chest and play with the shoulder down the back or not. Play with taking both sides of the pelvis forward. Opening the hip here. You can extend the leg if you like. The hamstrings, I wouldn't necessarily call them normal hamstrings. So if your leg doesn't come up like this, okay. Maybe you just hold the back of the thigh and it's out here. Okay, that wasn't it for the inner thigh. Bring it back down. Turn the leg, external rotation, and take little circles in your flex position. Breathe. Keep that flex position, circles the other direction. Emphasis on the upswing of the circle. Point the foot, external rotation, little circles, emphasis on the up. Other direction. Burning flames, round 2. All right, bend the knees. Come back here. Hands to your hip. You could do this with straight legs, but let's see what happens with bent knees, butt on the floor. Press down, lift up to your knees, squeeze your thigh body. Slowly lower back down to the floor. Press up to your knees, squeeze the side body. Slowly lower back down to the floor. This is where you really need the shoulder down the back. You're getting shoulder and oblique action here. Lift up. Lower down. As you lift up, squeeze your underside body. Lower down. Squeeze. Slowly lower down. Squeeze and hold. Maybe do little pulses up, side, body, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Give this arm a break. Slide it down on the floor. Take a long inhale here. Maybe make a pillow for your head here with your bicep. Exhale. Staying on this side, but now squeezing this oblique, your top oblique. Take the legs out straight. Again, the legs could be bent. Arms out. You're making a tiny V with the body, but you're not going to take the legs and swing them forward towards the face. You're going to try as much as possible to stay straight to your side. You might also feel this in your hip. If you can, try to get light on your fingertips. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. So I'm not swinging forward to get the legs up. My arm is out from the shoulder. I have a little bit of a hinge, a little bit of pike in the pelvis. I squeeze and lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in, switch to the other side. Line yourself up on the elbow, armpit behind the line of the elbow. Stretch the legs out long. Maybe take a stretch moment here. Pull the top leg forward, put the foot down. Rotate the leg, heel up, toes down. Do that a bunch of times. Is your top hip on top of the bottom hip, or is it scooted back behind. Rotate, lower down, rotate, lower down. Rotate and stay, little lifts up. Breathe. Gaze down occasionally and see if the foot is scooting closer towards the face. Keep it in line with the butt. You will notice how that makes more length on this bottom side body. Stretching out that work we just did. Point the toe. Stick with it. This is my more challenging side. Little pulses up. Keep the hips square, the foot in line with the butt. Shoulder away from the face. 3, 2, 1. Take a break, heels in. Press the hand down to the floor. Arm can be up or down. Press down, lift up, squeeze your underside body. Slowly lower down. You can also do this with the legs straight. Press up. Maybe exhale. Definitely shoulder away from the face and shoulder blade down the back. Exhale. Lift up. Next time, pause and squeeze and maybe do little lifts up, squeezing your side body. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Switch the bend and the straight of the legs. Point the toes. Take little circles. External rotation of the leg. Probable action on the up and back, less about the swing forward of that circle. Go in the other direction. And flex the foot. Maybe wonder about your choices to eat a piece of birthday cake before doing this practice. Wondering about my choices, go the other direction. All right. Squeeze the legs out straight. Bring yourself up. Try to have more of the weight of the body on the pelvis than on this extended bottom arm. Okay, point the toes. Lift up. Lower down. Try not to have too much of a pike in the body. Squeeze here, obliques. Lift up. Ready? 10. 9. Charlie's here to be your cheerleader. 8. 7. 6. He believes in you. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Believe it or not, a dog licking you in the face does not make that easier. Shake out your wrists. Come to your shins. Circle out the neck. Breathe. Inhale. Big exhale. Okay. Coming down now to the back, but before we become fully reclined, let's articulate the legs a little bit more. Open up the chest. Get into the low abdominals. So if possible, be on the elbows, puff up the chest. Take one leg into the chest, one leg long. Lift that leg up by using the low belly to pull the leg to the face. And you can alternate flexing and pointing. Be flexing on the way up, pointing to bring the heel into the butt. Flexing on the way up, pointing to bring the heel into the butt. Do some bicycle legs. And breathe. Continue to puff up the chest. A little bit tailbone tuck to encourage the belly to do the work of pulling the thigh in towards you. Reverse your direction. Press the heel down, hamstring strength. Pull the heel into the seat with a pointed foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in. Slowly lower yourself down. Doing some upper abdominals before we finish with some more oblique action. Hang out here. Take the hands behind the head without interlacing the fingertips. Exhale. Feel what it feels like just to pull the head up. And I'm pulling the head up not with the elbows and the hands. The elbows stay wide. I'm pulling the head up with the upper abdominals. I feel a squeeze here in between my upper ribs. And then do another squeeze and get the shoulder blades off the floor. Then come back down. That might feel like a spinal stretch. Okay. It might also simultaneously feel like spinal stretch, spinal mobility, and strengthening. Keep the belly pulling in. Just ups and downs. If you feel the neck doing too much work, feel your head relaxing back into the hands. And on the upswing, maybe focusing, taking the chin more into the chest, and getting the abdominals to do more work instead of hanging out here and getting the neck is doing the work. My chin is poking up towards the ceiling. You can do chin up towards ceiling, but being able to control your upper abdominals is a thing. To not have the neck take the stress of that action. Cool. Do one more. Great. Take the knees further into the chest, arms out to the side, and then drop the knees to a side. I'm dropping to the left. Pause here in your twisted leg position. I'm going to scoot so you can see. There we go. Shins to the side. Chest facing up as possible. And you might have to play for you, depending on how this twist feels, with extending. Probably the top leg will be helpful. Probably the top leg. And if you have hamstring or hip impediment, a range of motion thing happening, the closer the leg comes towards 90 degrees to the torso, then the more challenging it's going to be. So maybe kicking the leg out on a long diagonal might be helpful for this oblique squeeze. I'm going to try and wiggle into my twist so both shoulders are facing towards the ceiling as much as possible. My elbows are to the floor. If that's not happening, I'm going to keep trying. Same action with the fingertips behind the head. Exhale. Squeeze and try to lift the sternum straight up. Both shoulders, not just the right shoulder. So if your legs are to the left, it's not just the right shoulder that's lifting up, it's also the left. If your knees are to the right, it's not just the left shoulder that's lifting up, it's also the right. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. What happens if you reach out the right arm? If your knees are to the right, reach out your left. Keep it out and extended and try to push the front of your mat away, straight out in front of you. So you're not shooting the arm down and using momentum to bring you up. You're still using the squeeze of the side body. Squeeze. Take the hand back to the head or leave it out. Separate the knees like you're sitting in a chair. Top leg will float up. I'm going to squeeze the side of my butt towards my sternum and back down to neutral. Squeeze the side of my butt towards my sternum and back down to neutral. 5, 4, 3, 2. This time, stay up. Maybe reach beyond the leg. Do little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, Relax, release. Send the knees to the other side. Pause in your twist. Side of my twist has been more challenging, especially after my abdominal surgery. So I have to give this side an extra breath. If you have a side that you need to give an extra breath to before you start your strength moment, and maybe you just want to extend the leg out here. What does that do for your twist? Maybe you need to keep the leg extended, lifting the shoulders off the floor. Low belly, upper belly stays in. Give little squeezes of the sternum. Up. In theory, when our twist has to be open enough, my knees are to the right, my right shoulder blade off the floor as well. Squeeze side body. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the arm long. Feel free to keep it behind the head. Push the front of the mat away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Separate the legs. Lift. Squeeze the side butt towards the sternum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, reach long, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, take it to the back. Swing the knees to one side, take a breath. Maybe look your head away from the knees. Look your nose toward the knees. Swing the knees to the other side. Look the nose away from the knees. Look the nose towards. Bring the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. You want to fully round the back, lifting the shoulders up, putting the shoulders down. You want to take a little back bend by holding onto the knees and sticking the butt out a lot. Let the low back come away from the floor. We did it. Obliques and stuff today. I hope you feel a little bit warmer in your core. I hope you feel a little bit more connected in with your body today. Important announcements in this time. There's a lot of parts of our community that need assistance at this time. So if you are able, feel free to check out my Instagram. I'll be making a big post today, thisyogidances, or wherever you follow me. I have a couple different accounts. But we've been making, oh, there's one right here, immunity packs for those in need that don't have access to vitamins, emergency cough drops, those people on the front lines, those people in underserved or injured communities. So you can donate directly to Switch the Boy Wonder on Venmo, or check out 360 Nation, 360_Nation on Instagram. Please donate if you can. Any little bit helps. If you are in the Chicagoland area and you want to donate hard goods, I'll also be putting up a full list, even if you just have leftover grocery bags, boxes, like any ones that you would get from Costco, or just in general boxes, to make packs for people to pick up and carry, or if they're essentially like grocery shopping at these drop-off spots, they need things to carry their stuff home. So from me and my furry assistant, Charlie, hope you have a good day. Take care of yourself out there. He said bye.